So there has been a lot of worries on the scarcity of masks and some sanitizing product like alcohol because of the current coronavirus outbreak. Especially here in Hong Kong, there has been a panic buying where most of the shops have already run out of stocks. If and when there are still shops selling masks, it's either very overpriced or quite dodgy. Overpriced in the sense that I bought my mask for $100 per 50 pieces. Now it's already at $340. I've seen one shop selling it for $340. Let's just say that worst comes to worst, that there isn't any available. What is an alternative? I've Googled the structure of a 3-layered surgical mask. So the blue part is a hydrophobic non-woven fabric. The middle part is a high-density filter, and the inner part, the white one, is a soft absorbent fabric. What are the substitutes? So for the outer part, from the word itself, hydrophobic, which is the fear of water. In short, it's waterproof, water-resistant, or non-absorbent to liquid substances. The best counterpart for that one, umbrella. The outer part of an umbrella is made to be a waterproof or water resistant. And also, I've tested the breathability of this cloth and you can breathe. The middle part, which is a high density filter, I am going to use a coffee filter. We're going to use common materials that are easily accessible on supermarket. The inner part is a soft absorbent fabric, so we're going to use wiping paper. So this is a wiping paper. You can also use those makeup remover, the dry ones, the makeup remover cloth or tissue as a substitute for this one. And with that, we will start making our own do-it-yourself 3-layered mask. I'll zoom you in so you guys could see. Oh, before I forget, we also need handkerchief. This will be the base of the whole mask. Again, this is just an alternative. It is not meant to replace a normal surgical mask. In short, last resort. Let's start. I'll be using the pouch, the umbrella pouch that came with it. I've already cut it into half. I've already measured. It goes from here to here. I'll just show it to you quickly. So this one, so it will look like this. So I'll be cutting it from here. Now that you have that piece, remember where's the front side and the back side. I will be putting in a tape on the inner part of the umbrella cloth, which is not to be confused of which one is the outer and the inner. It's very important because the outer part is the waterproof part. Grab the handkerchief, fold it into half. The folded side of the handkerchief will be the bottom part of the mask, so this one will be the bottom part. And lay over the umbrella cloth. Make sure that the inner side of the cloth is facing you. So this is our marking. It will be laid over like this. We will cut the handkerchief with the same size as the umbrella cloth. Please be very, very careful when using sharp materials. Put this one on the side. So now we have this structure here. I will pin the part that will be sewn, which are the side parts, and the bottom part where the fold is located. Use safety pins, or in case you don't have, just like me, I'll just use needles. This is to hold the structure while we're sewing the whole thing. Again, be very, very careful when dealing with these sharp objects, okay? You don't want to end up having some cuts or injuries while doing this craft. Now that I have everything in place, I'll start by sewing one of the sides first. I've already prepared my needle and thread just to save time. I'm not sure of, I think they call this one a blanket stitch, but this is how I'll do it. I'm not really good on stitching, but the goal here is to secure the sides and the bottom part. I'm not sure if you could see it, but it will look something like this. On to the next part, another side part. Repeat the process up until the bottom part. I have already finished sewing the parts that has to be sewn. Now the top part will be left open since the cloth will be flipped inside out. It will look like this. Next is to attach ribbons to act as the elastic cords. I'm using ribbons so it's easier to adjust when you put on the mask. If you don't have ribbons, you can just use the excess cloth. I will be sewing it on this part. Basically, I'm already done, so this is how it will look like. Yes, it's breathable. Now, since we already have the outer layer sorted out, we will now put the filter paper or coffee filter. This is also breathable. Could go like this. Insert this one. There you go. So there's the, if you can see the silhouette, that's the coffee filter. That's the first pocket. We still have the second pocket, which will be used for the wiping paper, or wiping tissue rather. This is the tissue. Again, you can breathe properly. Either put this whole thing or you can also cut it out. For me, I just folded it. So this is how it would look like. Wiping tissue, coffee filter, and this is the umbrella cloth. Since this is open, it's either you use a safety pin, so you can just fold it, use a safety pin, or if you don't have safety pins, you can use hairpins or clips just to hold the inserts. There you go. This is the bottom part. I think it's better to use the bottom part as the top of the mask because it's more secured. Now we will try it out. Yes, I can breathe properly. Plus, I think because this is a very soft material, so it's kinda like there's a cushion inside. It's soft and it's very light. So yeah, this is a substitute if you happen to not have any mask. At least you have a protection when you're on a close range contact or on a crowded place. What's good about this one as well is that you can just throw the coffee filter, throw the wiping tissue, and wash this one. Someone will argue like, oh, that's gross, you're recycling or you're washing a mask that has been exposed in public. Well, this is the thing. When you wash this one, you can wash it with bleach. Bleach is a strong and effective disinfectant. Its active ingredient is sodium hypochlorite, the nature's protein in microorganisms, and is therefore effective in killing bacteria, fungus, and viruses. Household bleach works quickly and is widely available at a low cost. So you can also use, I believe, bleach for clothing. This is from Department of Health in Hong Kong, www.info.gov.ha. That's an info under the SARS section. Also, after washing this one, if you're really not confident of using it because, oh, it has been air dried, well, remember, this fabric is a cotton fabric, meaning you can use an iron to iron this surface here as an extra sanitizing procedure. So this is for a do-it-yourself 3-layer mask using umbrella cloth, coffee filter, and a wiping tissue. This is actually a soft absorbent of moisture as well, since it's a cotton material. Now, let's move on to substitutes in terms of sanitizing products. This is an ethyl alcohol and this is a superfil alcohol. Both are 70% solution. If you don't have this, or let's just say you have already run out of it, another option or another alternative is to use liquor. This one is a gin, so you can use gin or vodka, or liquor that are 40% or 80 proof. Isopropyl alcohol and ethyl alcohol, or 70% solutions, are 140 proof. Gin is 80 proof. Worst comes to worst, you can use this as a substitute for sanitizing. You can also add lime, if you're not into the smell. And also citrusy fruits adds up to the antibacterial property of it. These are just some of the alternatives that you can use if you don't have any commercialized product like rubbing alcohol or a surgical mask. For the meantime, maybe you can just resort for gin or vodka, or make your own 3-layered mask for protection while waiting for the stocks to be available in the market. An ounce of prevention is way better than a ton of cure. Always have a good sanitation and hygiene, such as washing your hands properly with not only water, but also with soap. Remember, if you're protecting yourself, you're not only saving your own life, but you're also saving someone else's life, especially someone close to you, like your family, your friends, or your colleagues, anyone that has a close range contact with you on a daily basis. You're also lessening the burden towards the medical workforce by being healthy, so that they can focus and tend more to those people who are already infected and are sick. So always keep in mind that when you protect yourself, you're not only protecting yourself, but you're also protecting others. And lastly, pray. Prayers can move mountains. I hope this video will help you one way or another. God bless.